All right, traders. So I just put an update out on the Apex rule changes, and they went ahead and actually right after I released that, sent an email doing their own thing, essentially clarifying the rules and updating the FAQ section on their website, etc. So we're going to actually jump into that real quick. This is going to be the last and final update I do on this because quite frankly, I'm tired of talking about it. So we're just going to jump right into their video that they made, and we're going to listen to it, and I'm going to pause and give you my thoughts when I feel necessary. I'm going to play it on 2x speed so that we can kind of get through it, because honestly, hearing it on 1x speed is kind of boring. So
hey everyone, Apex Trader Funding coming at you here with some updates into the week here. Been a heck of a week, hasn't it? Especially last couple of days here. Been a lot of craziness, a lot of drama. We, as you were very well aware, launched the big May Madness, and then there were some Tradeify delays this week, last couple of days, with the account creations, as you all very well know. They were the account creation system was way backed up due to overwhelming response there.
This is going to be their excuse for some of this stuff.
And extreme blown out of proportion craziness going on about some Apex rule guidelines, and then people worried about the sale and the timelines for the sale because the delay with Tradeify and how long will they get to have that, or concerned about the lifetime PA fee. You're all aware of this. We're going to go through it real quick here. Okay, so
Tradeify stuff I don't really care about.
With the May Madness, if you go right now to the Apex Trader Funding website, right now it's Friday about 4:40 Eastern. Notice I just changed it. So got 5 days left. All right.
So they're just saying that they extended it from the 20th to the 23rd for the 90% off and the 1-day pass. The 250K, they're extending it to June 1st. So you have until June 1st to pass those accounts, and you can get that $85 lifetime activation
90% off accounts. Does everything. That's all
this is. Just to get through
now, speaking of breathing and relaxing, this got completely out of control, blown out of proportion, misinformation spread everywhere. A couple things here. Apex did not change any rules. All of these rules were already there. All of these rules have been in the FAQ and in the PA contract. We did put guidelines and explained some guidelines a little more and mainly reminded people of them. As you know, Apex has been blowing and growing. And we're the first to admit, we've not always had the staff to enforce certain of these rules, and many scams and many schemes.
So before he starts talking about the scams and schemes, so how do you not have the support and the staff to enforce your rules that you have, but you have the staff to go out and find influencers, etc., to help grow the business that you can't already staff enough to enforce the rules that you have in place? To me, that is ass backwards, and it kind of pisses me off a bit, because now you have a lot of people that have been consistent with their strategy, no matter what it is, that may or may not go against the 1 to 3 or even 1 to 4 now that you're going to hear later that they're putting into place. The damage control that is going on here is kind of funny. If they were going to be this blunt about the rule guidelines that they're now going to enforce, they would have just done it and been done with it. But what they did is they did it, and now they're understanding that they did it in a very confusing way, a very blunt way that was completely unexpected by everybody. And it has everyone questioning everything, because if any of these new things that they're now seeing being enforced, if they even think it applies to the way that they're trading, people are freaking out, and they have every right to, because if they were being consistent and getting payouts on a consistent basis, what's going to happen now? If they're going like 1 to 4.3 risk, or, like what if one trade happens to do something a little out in the gray area? Are they going to deny a payout because of it? Like that's kind of the vibes that everyone was getting from this, and everyone was freaking out. So the fact that they had to do damage control on this just goes to show you that the way that they presented these changes, or the now enforced rules of what has always been there, is what they're going for, was just done wrong. And I mean, obviously that's just my thoughts.
And many violations have popped up over the last couple of months, especially with us doing these 1 day to pass promos, because when you pass so quick, it speeds up the scam cycle. So there's been so many scams, breaches, group scams. I'm going to release a video series next week to you guys about a lot of stuff, and I'm going to show you some of this stuff. And
I'm actually curious about that.
And we do have staff now, though, and we will be enforcing some of those rules and shutting those things down.
Again with the staff things. I hope that it's really, like I said, Michael posted that it's for 98% of people, it's probably not going to matter, and that's probably right. But for these gamblers, scammers, schemers, windfall traders, whatever they are, whatever they were getting away with, I don't understand. Like, if they were getting away with it, wouldn't you have seen that happening? If it was doing a lot of damage to your bottom line, wouldn't you have seen that happening as you're approving the payouts? Like, oh, these guys, here's a $2,000 payout. Okay, everything looks good to go. Oh, here's a $200,000 payout between, like 5 people. We should probably look into this, right? Like, wouldn't you think that it's just like the real world? I mean, you would think that the people that when we file our taxes and stuff like that, you would think that the IRS would go after the people that are putting out large sums of money, because if a mistake is made there, the percentage is a lot higher, right? You would think, like, of course the IRS is going to look into those. So as a business, if you have $2,000 slip through your hands versus $200,000, which one would you investigate first? Right? So if you are limited on staff, shouldn't they be focused on those things? Like if you see something that looks like gambling, looks like scams, looks like schemers, looks like windfall trades, like shouldn't you have the manpower to take care of that? Because if not, you're literally just throwing money down the drain. So the fact that they're using that as an excuse, it doesn't sit well.
As you're going to see, what this is going to do is shut down gamblers, scammers, schemers, windfall traders, and they know it and they're not happy about it. And that's where all the whining and complaining is coming from, and the freak out, claiming that it's not fair that you're enforcing this. I've always done this. I got away with it before. I know someone else got away with it. It's not fair. Okay.
And again, this is the part that doesn't sit well with me, because a lot of people that are complaining are not those people. It's the people, again, that were getting consistent payouts, and they're wondering if their strategy or their edge or their system that they're using is now going to fall into one of these gray areas that there seems to be so many of them that had popped up originally that he now discusses later on, as far as like the stop loss goes, as far as having to abide by the 1 to 3, just all that. Like people were freaking out about that. They weren't freaking out because they thought that they were scamming or scheming. So the fact that he's kind of lumping that all together, I feel that that's very unjust.
A contract is clear on certain prohibited activities, like letting someone else have access to your account, having
Obviously,
one of these
that's
trade copy
not...
companies trade your account and give them access to Apex, purposely scamming, like blatant, clear, things with dollar cost averaging.
Which you should be catching that anyway, right?
And say it's not fair, it's not right. How could you do this?
But see how now they're acting like he's basically saying that everyone that's complaining are these people, and that's obviously not true.
It's agreed to. It's there. It's like me going to a home builder because I have a piece of property.
This is just some. I mean, you can pause and read this example he gave, but it's
simple.
I don't really. It doesn't make any sense.
There's a lot of misinformation. Nothing's as bad as you think. If you're a trader, not a gambler, you're fine. Okay. A lot of things are misunderstood, completely misrepresented, and spread incorrectly. First thing first, I know a lot of you guys are concerned about. Look, let's get this out there. You do have to have risk management. You do not have to put stop loss limit orders on your chart. You do not have to put profit targets orders on your chart. Here's what I've done. Okay, another thing. Social media's blowing up. The Discord room's blowing up. Question after question. What about this trader? What about this trader? Oh, today did I go a little over? Just relax. We don't even look at this on a trade-by-trade basis or a day-by-day basis with the risk reward. But look, go to the website. I updated everything for you to clarify everything. Answer.
And just goes to the FAQ.
Videos. I specifically put the very big one that everybody's confused about, freaking out about, right up top here. Okay, so the video is here. The new official verbiage is here, all listed out.
So the rules have always been there, but now there's new official verbiage. I'm just saying.
All changed up, all specified examples and everything. All right, I wrote a lot out here for you.
I mean, I know what he's saying,
it's
but
fine if you're doing 3 or 4 times the risk. That's fine. You do not have to have the limit orders on.
Yeah, look, and now they changed it from specifically 1 to 3 to 3 to 4. Like it's damage control. All this is damage control. They realized they went too far, and people are freaking out, and this is damage control. That's all it is.
This is not something that's monitored trade by. I put a lot of new information on this page and outlined everything. It should answer all of your questions. Okay, the help desk, Discord, they're not going to do that. They stop asking in there. They can't sit there and give you the answer to a million different trade scenarios, but it's all in here. All right, I walked through the video. It's all laid out, explaining everything. Chill out. You won't have any problems at all with this risk management stuff or the risk to reward ratios if you just watch through here at all. Okay, people scaling into trades versus dollar cost averaging. What is it? What can we do? What can't we do? It's all explained here. Okay.
Same thing with that. Nothing changed with that. He's basically saying you can scale into winners all you want, but dollar cost averaging, you still get 1 ad. That's it. So he's saying if a trade goes against you, you can add 1 time, no more. That's essentially what it says. If you add more than once, then it's an invalid trade. And if you end up winning on that trade, they're going to take those winnings away.
Everything that was talked about, it's all right here for you. Okay. People want clarification. They needed it written out. I wrote it out as much as I could, give examples, give videos, go through this. It's going to clear up everything. Everything's going to be just fine, and you'll realize there's nothing to worry about here. Okay, so good stuff there. Again, go to the website, FAQ, type in consistency, you can get to all this. 90% off and discount sale is extended until Thursday.
So there was a couple things that I wanted. So this is the FAQ page. I just want you to hear 2 things. I wrote them down. Give me 1 second here.
I try to put a lot of Apex. You cannot go both ways. You cannot have limit orders for breakout trades or news trades. None of this. This we are cracking down on. I know a lot of people are doing it. I know there's these Autobots doing it. It won't be happening for long. You can't just hop on at 9:30 and let me place a limit order above the market to buy and a limit order below the market to sell, and it'll break out one way and I'll make some quick money and move on. I don't know what I'm doing. No, sorry.
I don't know what I'm doing. I thought that was just thought that was hilarious. And there was actually one in this one as well.
Not a complete. It's all about out there, and a lot of people are doing it, where they don't use any stops at all, because
think of Alpine on this
they use the entire account as their stop. You've probably heard people say that or talk about that, right? They say my stop loss is my account, because it's not real money. I can go pay $16 for one and then activate a fee. I get $2,500 or $5,000 of drawdown. I'm not going to use a stop. I'll just risk the whole thing and blow and blow and blow. That's not good risk management. That's not someone we're ever going to put in live trading. Okay, every good trader has a system.
So obviously this was directed at certain people. Some of this was more so directed at others, and I do believe a lot of it was directed at the much bigger problem with the schemers and the scammers, and with people trading other people's accounts and bots and stuff like that. I do feel that the dollar cost averaging thing was a lot more so based on the people that were just averaging in with huge accounts and just letting essentially it take off the other direction, which would essentially be a windfall trade. But in reality, it's not really a windfall trade if you stand under a 30% rule, but on the bigger accounts, it's a lot more, et cetera, et cetera. So it's really just a big cluster F of damage control that happened today. And I mean, I guess it's good in a way, because they kind of clarified exactly what they're going to be doing, and they gave actual examples of what you can and can't do for each of the situations. So if you do have any questions after seeing all this, feel free to come to the FAQ that they put out. Just literally go to their website and type in consistency in the FAQ. So go to FAQ, type in consistency, and it's going to bring up what are the consistency rules for PA and funded accounts. And everything's right in here. That first video we just watched is the top video. And then here's those other two videos, as well as everything laid out in text. So if you do have any questions, feel free. It's all on there now. As you can see, he just updated it 2 hours ago, and that's where we're at. So I do feel like everything will be fine. As he said, I do think everything was blown out of proportion a little bit, but they have no one to blame but themselves for that. The way that they went about it was just wrong. And, they brought this on themselves. So the fact that they had to do all this damage control, they have no one to blame for that but themselves. They could have handled it so much better. They could have had this page already like this, ready to go, so that there was no questions, and they could have directed everyone here. But when they first released everything and they directed everyone to the current FAQ, it didn't really answer anything. It actually made things worse, because it was actually making it seem like they were going the opposite direction. They were looking for ways to deny payouts. Like, everything looked that way. And the fact that they're going to sit here and say that they were just understaffed and that's why they weren't enforcing rules, like, come on, you can't put that on us. That's not on us. The fact that we've been doing something consistently for months now and getting consistent payouts, you, the company, have been paying us while doing this specific thing that we have considered our edge. And now you're going to come in and be like, oh, those were rules all along, and now we're going to enforce them. Like, obviously they weren't rules if they weren't being enforced. So that's not on us. That's on you as a business to enforce your own rules if they were even rules to begin with. So using the excuse that you're understaffed, I don't buy that, because you had enough people to go out looking for more people to grow the business even more. You shouldn't have been doing that if you were already understaffed. So, I mean, again, I'm so up and down with them right now that I do think they're the best structure out there for prop firms. They have been pretty awesome when it comes to, like, if there's a mistake, they've always fixed it. So I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt that they just screwed this up. The way that they went about it, they just screwed it up, and only time will tell what they do with the payouts. I know a lot of people that have been applying for payouts, they all say under review apparently now. I think that's just part of the new way that they're doing this. I don't necessarily think that they're flagged or anything. I think it's just under review. Like, they're going to start reviewing the accounts a little bit more and make sure that you're not one of the people that are scamming or scheming, etc. So again, I don't know if this is a good thing or if it's going to end up being a bad thing, but we're just going to follow the rules to the best of our knowledge, and we're going to move forward. And I'm just going to keep trucking. I mean, what else can we do? If you have any more questions, feel free to ask them down in the comment section. Like I said, everything should be on this FAQ if you want to come find that. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good weekend. Peace.